The Xperia Z may be Sony's phone of the moment, but it also has some good kit for those of you with a slightly smaller budget, like the Xperia SP, an upper mid-range smartphone that packs a load of specs that would have had last year's tech geeks all hot under the collar. We're talking about a bright and pin-sharp 4.6-inch 720p screen, a speedy dual-core processor, Android Jelly Bean, and a colourful glowing light on the outside to annoy your desk mates and fellow commuters, all of which would have been high-end specs last year, but at least it has a modest price tag to match. Its screen isn't quite up there with the Z, but it's still very, very sharp, with clearly defined edges on icons, small text is rendered well, and it packs the same Mobile Bravia Engine 2 TV tech for beefed up brightness without oversaturation, vibrancy, and clarity. Now, physically, the SP is a good-looking smartphone, if a little on the chunky side, but its metal edges look smart and it feels well made. The customizable pulsating notification light, which flashes in a variety of colours, won't suit everyone and it is a bit gimmicky, but it provides a nice way of being alerted to notifications. Now, with 8GB of storage, of which only 5.5GB is actually usable, you'll need to make use of the microSD card slot for all your multimedia content. And with NFC on board, you can wirelessly communicate with compatible smartphones or a range of NFC gadgets like TVs and speakers, or you can connect with Sony's smart tags simply by tapping them together. The SP's Android interface doesn't differ much from the standard Android experience, but Sony has put its stamp on the handset in places, like with its selection of apps and widgets and its range of small apps for quick access to handy tools that will hover on the screen wherever you go. Its 1.7 GHz dual-core processor and 1GB of RAM serve up an excellent amount of power, whether you're gaming, browsing the web, or multitasking, but you can expect things to slow down slightly when running multiple apps in the background. Interestingly, you can wirelessly hook up a PlayStation 3 controller to play certain games from the Google Play Store, although you'll need to grab yourself a cable and adapter that will let you physically hook up your phone's micro USB port to the controller's mini USB port, which could prove a little bit annoying. Now on to its camera, and the SP packs an 8MP snapper which features autofocus, an LED flash and shoots acceptable video in 1080p, while on the front you can expect a VGA camera for video calling. Sony's also chucked in some of the Z's imaging tricks, like Intelligent Auto, which is able to jump between 36 scenes automatically. Now if you're outside in good sunlight, then the camera will do fine for general snaps, throwing up bright and natural colour detail, but in dimmer conditions, colours can look a little washed out. It doesn't always get exposure levels correct, and shots can sometimes result in poor clarity. Its battery is certainly better than average, and assuming you don't spend the whole day playing Real Racing 3, you shouldn't struggle to get a full day's use out of it. Plus, there is the very handy stamina mode that disables all battery draining background apps when the SP is in standby. So the Xperia SP specs won't have any quad-core beasts quaking in their boots, but it does throw up a range of decent specs for a rather modest price tag. So its 720p display is nice and sharp, its dual-core processor swift, and it's a pretty attractive bit of kit. So if you're looking for an all-rounder but don't want to cough up big bucks, the SP might be worth a look in.